Internet marketing is so different from newspapers, TV, or radio, or really anything else out there, right? Everything else is basically interrupt-driven marketing. Someone's sitting on the couch, they're watching American Idol. They're all excited to see if Paula is going to remain conscious through the show, or if Simon is going to send someone home in tears, or whatever it is that makes that show so mysteriously compelling. And you have to interrupt them into thinking about buying dishwasher detergent or something. I mean, it's a stretch, right? They're not necessarily in the mood to discuss looking at spots on their glasses. It's the same with newspapers or radio or magazines. People are doing things to relax there. They're focused on the media content, what the radio is playing, the articles, what they're about. And again, you have to kind of interrupt them. Now think about how very different it is when people type in a search term. They sit down, they enter something into Google. I mean, bam, right? We know a ton more about them, and we know a ton more about where their head's at. If we read them correctly, this now becomes sort of practically permission-based marketing. I mean, they've asked for it. They've typed something in. They type in remove spots from dishes, and you could be sure they want us to pitch our great dishwasher detergent. It's practically our duty at that point because they've given us that permission. The trick is to read the signs properly, and what are those signs? I mean, what's our entry? What's our permission slip to market to these folks? In this case, in internet marketing, it's often keywords. And when looking at keywords, don't think of them as just keywords or phrases. Think of them as people. People sitting at their computer and typing into a search engine. Why did someone just do that? Why did that? Believe me, you have to ask sometimes about some of the crazy things, but why did somebody put something in there? Put yourself in their shoes. Usually they have some kind of, I'll call it a problem to solve. They need to know more about something. They need to know where a person or place is. They need to fix something. They want to buy a specific model of something, and on and on. Think about all the things that you put into Google and what you're trying to do. I mean, you can see they have some kind of a need, an issue, a problem. And all of these problems are not equally as good for internet marketers, for selling something, because they don't have that same level of commercial intent. Meaning, will these people buy something, anything, right? Also, don't be so linear in your thinking. If you're marketing a diet plan, don't just look at diet plan as a keyword. I mean, what else would someone be searching for? Put yourself in their shoes. Probably Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, right? Those are people who want diet plans. I mean, you gotta sit yourself down and think of yourself as a searcher. What's that conversation they're having, and how can you insert yourself into that conversation? Is it even appropriate? Do you have that permission for that keyword phrase to send them to your sales funnel? How do you get that permission? You answer their problem. If you can answer their problem or issue, great. If you can't, then either you don't want to because there's no commercial intent there, or you need to change that funnel that you have to provide them with the answer. So let's look at some examples. Let's take 3 keywords: acne, acne solutions, and proactive. If we were marketing an acne cure, what keywords would you bid on or try to rank for of those 3? I mean, you can often make a case for all 3, right? But acne is the more generic term. It feels like a searcher that's doing research, probably not ready to buy. Acne solutions, that looks like our guy or gal right there. I mean, it feels like someone with a credit card in their hand, they want a solution, they want to buy something. How about proactive? It's high commercial intent. However, if we're not selling proactive, we could get their permission maybe by selling an alternative, using our funnel to discuss why he or she may want something other than proactive, say for example, whatever we're selling. How about lose weight, best diet plans, lose 10 pounds, and Weight Watchers? All diet keywords. Same kind of thing here, right? Lose weight feels more like research. Best diet plan is someone who wants to buy a diet plan, they're ready. Lose 10 pounds is someone who really wants to buy an effective diet plan fast. Weight Watchers is similar to proactive, high commercial intent, but they need to be convinced. How about a term like American Express? What is someone thinking there? They most likely didn't want to type out www.americanexpress.com. They do that. People do that all the time. They just put something in there just to get the URL to show up, and they click it. But that's a person who either has an Amex card or they want one. Could we get permission to enter that conversation? Sure. Maybe Amex charges too high of interest. Get this card instead, or something along those lines. After a while, you can spot these very quickly, the ones you want. But just remember, it's a conversation. You do not look at it as a keyword or keyword phrase alone. Think about the actual conversation the searcher is trying to have with the search engine, and see if you really have permission to enter that conversation. And by that I mean, can you solve their problem? What is the problem they're asking about, and can you solve it? If you nail this, you'll always pick the right keyword phrases. Now, whether you can compete with those or make them profitable, that's another conversation to have, and we'll get to in the next few videos. But the first step is this keyword even one of the right ones? Think about that.